Pisces, you're reading. Thank you for tuning into my channel. Glad to have you on. I'm just beginning. So forgive me for that. All right. This first art is just so you have a little taste of what I'm doing. First off, I don't really work with like superior high power, a spirit or universe or anything of the sort in that sense. I really work with like chaos, random, luck, chance. So that's how I interpret like what the cards are pretty good at explaining. So my job would be to interpret for you what I think has happened. I'm not too worried about the good stuff because it's good for you. I'm just worried about the bad stuff that might happen, right? Because that's what we all really want. So in your first spread, it's gonna be finances, whatever finances means to you, right? And then we're gonna have romance oracle cards, romance angel oracle cards, and then we're gonna have it's kind of like a circumstance. It's not yes or no. It's right or wrong. It depends on what the situation is. Like sometimes to be right is to be wrong. Sometimes to be wrong is to be right. It goes a lot into it, what it is. And then for part two, it's gonna be balance. What's going on in your mind, body, heart, and soul. That'll be the end of part one. And then part two, I'm gonna have I'm sorry, that's what I already part. Then I'm gonna have unknowns. What you don't know, what you can't see, and hopefully it sheds light on your situation. And then I'm gonna have a small past, present, future. I don't do those often because I think the farther you go, the less accurate you are. So yeah, let's get started. I already pre-shuffled the decks, but I will kind of shuffle them as I go for your reading. And then it'll come out of the purple. Okay. Alright. So you got the star card. So you're incredibly hopeful for something. What it doesn't say. We'll clarify what this too. What the star actually is trying to talk about. Too many cards. And then on your mind, you have the moon. You don't know. It's hidden. Emotions. Alright. And then we have the magician. What's closest to you? Really good. Even though you don't, if something's hidden or you don't know or you're unsure or your spirit's being kind of affected, I think, in that sense. Don't worry about it because you got the magician. So you got the Four of Pentacles. Clarify. I mean, a little further ahead. So you want to hold on to what you have. We'll clarify as well. Well, every card's going to get clarified. And then you have the Four of Swords. Right there. Four of Swords. Clarify I was going too low or something, or if it was a glare. You don't want to hold off. Your foundation is is take a pause at what you're doing and consider all options, just like a magician would. And like in the future, hold on to what you have. Like don't let anybody take credit from you. You know. Yeah. And I think we all need rest, one way or another. And then you have the Hangman, clarifying the star. Yeah, you're hopeful because you feel stuck. That's my limbo. That's like a limbo card. It doesn't say, we'll clarify in that as well as to what it pertains. You're hopeful though, whatever it is. And the King Cup, there you are. Pisces. So, yeah, you're being like you're being not emotional, but you're being what you're trying to be. Like the negative side, you already know the negative side. Everything I say, I forgot to say it, but everything I say, you can interpret it completely the opposite. Like if I say something kind of bad, remember you can always make the positive. We have free will. You can choose whatever you want. Yeah. All right. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles, clarifying the Magician. So definitely, if this pertains to a person, it's a person. But I think what it's saying is, you got to be grounded. Don't be so lofty with your emotions. Be grounded, even if it's something new for you. It's not like completely new for you, but it's something you haven't practiced on. You have the Seven of Wands, clarifying the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, definitely. You're gonna have to hold yourself off again, not against anybody, but to a certain situation. You know, don't let anybody take credit for what you're doing. All right. Let's see, 4. But it's pretty cool because you have 4 and 4. You have the 8 of Swords, clarifying the 4 of Swords. Yeah, you're like mentally you're tired. You've been through a lot. You're thinking you're overthinking. Don't overthink, and because overthinking, I think that overthinking is leading you to, I don't want to say wallow, but you're not. Let yourself heal, whatever you're going through. And this is like financial, like don't like maybe what you don't know. Like another way to interpret this is you're, and then you don't know this, but you're allowing your emotions to dictate or say like you're being too much in a negative way emotional about what you're doing. And then we're here, if you want to be the magician, you got to be grounded, and a little further, hold your ground and keep what you have. And then we're here, rest, because you're mentally tired. I know the situation. Oh wow, another 8. Clarifying the Hangman. So you don't know, you're stuck and you feel like walking away. I think you might walk away. Nothing wrong with that. Whatever the situation is, you're hopeful that whatever you're doing kind of pays off, or you're really considering walking away. Consider walking away. All right. Oh, too many cards. Nice. 6 of Wands, clarifying King and Moon. Yeah. If you're gonna allow your passion or your heart to dictate your actions, you have to be really mature. You don't let it sway you. Know that it's part of it, but don't let it sway you. So, not that you make mistakes, but We'll see. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna get news about it. So just hold on to what you got against whoever. Oh crap! And lastly, next, the strength, clarifying the age. Have strength. That's the closest thing. Have strength to what you're going through. It's saying like monetary wise. If you can notice, you only got 2 cards for Pentacles. The situation is involving more than money. Like to me, it would say like not necessarily, like almost a non-profit kind of situation, or in a way that you're barely making ends meet. You don't know what to do too. And you have the Knight of Swords. I mean the King of Swords, at the bottom of the deck. So yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry. You know, I forgot. This is good. This helps me bring me to the present moment. I'm terrible. Sorry, I should have done it. Alright. Now we're going to go to the Love Romance Oracle cards. Remember this, in this sense, it can be good or bad. Remember everything. I don't think like if it doesn't fit. No, I think you have to be a little open-minded as to how it goes. So I'm gonna pull 3 cards, or get 3 cards. 1 for the mind, 1 for your voice to speak, 1 for your heart, and then 1 for your gut, and then your body. I think that's what's more important to know, because I think like you can want who you want, but if you're not sound of mind, if you're not communicating, if you're not going to get put effort, and you're not going to listen to your gut about situation, and you don't take care of your, not really, it's body but physical. You don't take care of the physical. It's not good, you know. Like you want to be whole. Not whole and complete, but like whole, like not lacking. I think that's the best word to say. All right, this could be the one. You've already met the romantic part of your seed. I read the top headings a lot more than little sentences that it has at the bottom, because it's a little, you can interpret it a little more than that. So that's what you want in your mind. If you're dealing with somebody, this should be the one. But I think that's what you want. You want something to be your one, your number one. And there's nothing wrong with that. We'll see what it says. Dang. Okay. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. Either you or somebody else using speech to get away with something. Pay attention to the signs. Maybe you or somebody else uses is a little bit of uses sophistry. I'm not sure. I think it's that word. Watch out for somebody who's gonna woo you, I guess. Okay. That's the first card that came out. Children, your love life is being affected by children in your heart. I guess in this way, I think you want kids. I mean, it always interpret like not literal, but what you know. I suggest you learn a little bit about tarot. It helps out when you're watching the videos of any tarot. So it could be that you have kids. This doesn't really tell me if like who, but I think the best way to read it is you're gonna want kids. Chemistry. There is a strong magnetic attraction here. That's what your gut says. that's what is going to tell. That's what you feel is going to tell you that that person is the one. Chemistry. Like you just gel, you know. And lastly, playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit fun to shine. So right there, I think what it's saying, and the physical part, I would say don't be so standoffish, and don't forget about your inner child, right? With your inner child, very important. So that we don't, not that we age, but so we don't, I think, get bitter. But I don't know. That's my understanding. That's what I think. And then at the bottom of the deck, trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. All right. I think that was pretty self-explanatory. Now we're gonna go over the balance. I mean, the situation. Right or wrong. Here, hold on, I'm still. To know for Pisces. What I need to know for Pisces. All right, we start off with wrong. Page of Wands. Either inexperience, or it's gonna make you look like you didn't know any better, and you just weren't prepared or ready for that particular, or you're not ready for that particular situation. And then to be right, the moon. You have the moon. How can I? I think the way I would read this is it's gonna go good whether you're right or wrong. I think we'll clarify. You might not even know you're right, or something's gonna happen and you might not even be involved and be like, oh, you're not responsible. All right, and the Emperor is clarifying the Page of Wands. We'll clarify it too, because what does that mean? It could be you gotta be an emperor, or you were an emperor, but yet your actions were a little inexperienced. All right. And you have the Seven of Pentacles reverse. Second, terribly sorry. It's a lot to take in. It's a lot to interpret. We've met in all this. So you're waiting for you're waiting for this to come to light. You're waiting. Just wait. Just wait. You whatever. If you're wrong, like, be an emperor about it, and if you're right, you're not even gonna know. But just be patient. I think the truth will come out. And the Two of Swords. You're not sure. Again, clarifying the wound. You're not sure what to do. You may have two options, or at least what it's telling you, have two options. Like if it's just one kind of situation, you have more ways of saying, this also happened, and then it's kind of. All right, you have the Nine of Swords, clarifying the Page of Wands. definitely, it's gonna really bring you down. I think that Emperor's gonna be you, and you see yourself. At least you saw yourself as that, but your choice is really reflected in maturity or inexperience, and that's gonna be incredibly painful to accept. All right, and then the other part to this, what I do is instead of right or wrong, that middle way, that middle path, where you're not placing blame. Don't place blame on anybody or anything in them situations, because it's like we can never really know 100% for sure. So if you don't assume that, that'd be the best course of action, and it will benefit all. Right? It's just a little on the difficult side to do. It might take a lot of energy. So we'll see. Again, 4 of Pentacles. So hold on. If it's money related, hold on. Get grounded. Totally get grounded. Don't let anybody push you on being right or wrong. Let it just happen casually and as normal as possible. And the 2 of Wands. Clarifying the 4 of Pentacles. Again, I think have 2 plans. I think those 2 plans are going to help you. Maybe you're right and wrong, both. You know, that's why it comes up to the Emperor. Or you can say that like, well, I didn't know. That's such a situation. Just don't let it bring you down. Page of Wands. Knight of Wands. I was looking at the page. Yeah, definitely. So instead of being, you're kind of immature, but you have a chance to be, passionate and fiery. Get your point across, whatever you're trying to say, because that's the best way, I think. Okay, cool. And then you have the Fool clarifying the Emperor. So either what you did was incredibly wise and it just looked like you had an experience. We'll see what clarify one more time. Yeah, total. It looks like you didn't know, but we're not 100%. All right. Then you have the Temperance clarifying the 7 of Pentacles. So if you're gonna be right, do everything in proportion. Be, I think, equitable, not just equal. And I think that'll speak really well for your character. Then you have the 8 of Cups, clarifying the 2 of Wands. Have 2 plans. I guess another way to interpret it is find out how everything is without making assumptions, and just be careful. I had it in my mind, but you might make a mistake if you're right. Like everything will go good, but you somebody might shoot you down, I think. And I think having 2 plans would benefit you a lot. And then the Page of Pentacles, clarifying the 9 of Swords. Yeah, I think it was. And then the other way you can interpret it is like everybody got involved. There's maybe 4 persons involved that were wrong. So, yeah. But I really think like it was positive. everybody was expecting you to be the emperor, and you weren't really sure as to what to do. Maybe you got put in a situation where, like, you didn't really have the knowledge to do it, and even though you came off as the emperor, your decisions were not the best. All right, and you have the Queen of Wands clarifying the Two of Wands. It could involve a yin kind of personality. So yeah. Again, don't be the negative aspects of anybody. So that'll benefit you. Just be nurturing, but firm. You know, kind of. I don't want to say tough love, but like be not just confident, but yeah, let's just say confident. Don't let anybody tell you anything different. And there we go. Two of Pentacles, clarifying the Knight of Wands. So you got two twos right there. Two pages. Yeah. So you can, in this spread, and well, any spread, you can read them up, down, left, right, diagonally. It's that's what I say. If you can learn a little, you can interpret a lot more than. But this is how I'm interpreting it. So a little recap. Hold on. Don't let anybody change your idea of what if you're neither right or wrong. Have two plans in my regard. But if you have a choice to make, abstractly thinking, be confident and don't let and just have that presence and be nurturing at the same time. Be a little bit tough with everybody, so you don't get it taken advantage of. And then the other side, the Knight of Wands. See, if you're wrong, instead of seeing like your page, you should be a knight, right? So, and then for the middle way, it's pretty good. I always would go the middle way, and then over here, you don't know, but you might not know that you're right, or someone's gonna tell you. Just wait and be balanced as much possible, and just have two plans. One of them, either it doesn't clarify, but either walking away or don't walk away, and it'll be your choice. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Swords. There we go. You know what? Oh, and then at the same time, I don't really read the zodiacs because sometimes I'll be like, I see all the zodiacs here, and that really doesn't help. Understand. But again, if you learn a little and you understand what not necessarily the card meaning, but what's basic to understand, it'll take you a lot farther. All right, this is the end for part 1. We're gonna move on ahead with the part 2. Thank you very much.